Alright, so drama everybody. Today EA VP says that the loot boxes are actually good. You should all buy them because they are surprise mechanics and they are quite ethical and they are not gambling. This is what the EA VP said. And before we get into it, EA, if you're listening, go pound sand, go kick rocks, suck Hulk Hogan's big package, you pieces of We're gonna get right into this. This got the inner me triggered because they are seriously ruining the gaming industry. We're talking Activision, we're talking EA. They are pretty much the top dogs, and today it got rough, man. I'm gonna show you the community reaction as well. Pretty much everyone is throwing off, and this is just crazy, bro. You don't say that. You don't say that. EA VP claims, but a quick disclaimer, remember to be nice to people. Tell EA to go pound sand and smash that like button, very important. But EA VP says this. They claim that loot boxes should be called surprise mechanics. Says it's not gambling and it is ethical. What are you smoking, EA? Tell us so we can smoke that as well instead of like growing Nesquik in the backyard. But EA executive appeared before a panel today in the UK Parliament to talk about the issue with loot box gambling issue that has taken the media and the gaming industry by storm as consumers demand changes to how mechanics work in video games across the industry. Now, if you guys recall, Josh Hawley, a godsend, he's doing God's work and he's trying to make sure that the loot boxes get banned so them EAs and Activisions can drop like flies and they don't finesse the customers. Because seriously though, they took a massive dump on customers big time today. I'm gonna show you. An EA vice president of legal, Carey, insisted during the session that loot boxes should instead be called surprise mechanics and that they can be compared to other surprise toys that have been around for years in many different forms, whether it's Kinder Eggs or Hatchy Melts or LOL Surprise. And honestly, man, this is just like, how are you gonna compare this with like Kinder Surprise Eggs? The last time I checked, Kinder Surprise Eggs, it's a chocolate, right? It's edible. Kids love it. When I was a kid, I loved it. I still kind of like it. I'm in Canada, so I heard that in US it's kind of banned, but not here in Canada, dog. It's like $1, $2, maybe a little bit more, but that's not really the point. The thing is that it's edible, it's a physical item, and with that you also get a surprise toy. Say whatever, but that is much better than what you're trying to say here. Loot boxes, you're probably gonna spend like a Washington, maybe an Andrew Jackson on it, and you can get F all. It's pathetic how this guy is trying to compare what is in real life with like loot boxes, which is digital. It doesn't give you value for your money and it's just there to kind of siphon all of your liquid. And basically this is all designed to make them money and suck the player base dry. And I really don't care whether you're pro loot boxes or against them. The thing is that everything that they put in loot boxes can be put in the game. For example, Black Ops 4, every single weapon in the game and every single piece of new content that the game gets is behind a paywall, aka loot boxes, microtransactions. And this is just crazy how this guy is pulling out this statement. And even Charlie Intel says that his statement continues to prove how out of touch many of the industry executives are with customers. He stated during the session that he believes that implementation of loot boxes in their titles are quite ethical and enjoyable experience for the fans, despite numerous complaints from users all the time about EA's loot boxes experience. And I quote, "We do think the way that we have implemented these kind of mechanics, and FIFA of course is our big one, our FIFA Ultimate Team and our packs is actually quite ethical and quite fun, quite enjoyable to people." And this right here confirms that EA.exe broke big time. And honestly, this is just pathetic. I see why he said that, because obviously he's at the parliament where everyone is gathered around and they want to make sure that nobody gets to ban this. And I'm saying, if you're watching this video, you guys should stand up. Okay, you stand up and make sure to support Josh Hawley because he's looking to ban all of that. And we need to support guys like him and not guys like this. Okay, this is absolutely crazy. Says that it's enjoyable to people.
Shut the up.
This confirms the fact that they take advantage of all the casual players. And I gotta be real, FIFA and pretty much all like the sports game that EA produces are just for casuals, right? Most people buy them because they are casuals and they just want to have fun, you know, they just want to buy a game because they love that sport and they just want to play the game. They like playing the game, they like watching the game, and they also want to, you know, play the game on their console. And there's nothing wrong in that, but EA just likes to step in and just want to suck the player base dry. And this one is definitely gonna make you want to say, EA, go pound sand. We do agree with the UK Gambling Commission, the Australian Gambling Commission, and many other gambling commissions that they aren't gambling. And we also disagree that there is evidence that shows it leads to gambling. Instead, we think it's like many other products that people enjoy in a healthy way and like the element of surprise. Honestly, man, we're just going way too out here, and I'm pretty sure Activision would be watching all of that and they would be happy AF because they're like, okay, so we don't have to take it on the chin. EA is gonna go out there and they're gonna take it on the chin and they're gonna try to, you know, do some good stuff here for us. And then if EA wins, we're gonna step in and we're gonna also just milk our player base dry. And to some extent, I mean, not to some extent, they actually are doing that. And this is just crazy, man. As a fan, as someone who loves video games, and I'm not even playing like any video game right now, I'm feeling that there's a big dry. I don't enjoy any video game right now. The reason for that is that we're not getting substantial content like we used to back in the days, and every single piece of new content is just behind loot boxes and stuff like that. We seriously need a change big time, and I'm gonna talk about Modern Warfare in just a little bit. There's some good news and also a little bit of bad news, and you can see pretty much everyone is engaging. Gonna drop a like on this one here. Like everyone is going in quite ethical. Bro, you shouldn't be able to physically buy them. Absolutely, my man. And J-God says lol. Birdman is dropping a L. We're gonna drop a like on this one. What surprise is he talking about? Gonna drop a like on this one. And you can see pretty much everyone is dropping memes. Let's be real, EA is actually spraying microtransactions, loot boxes in our skies. They are poisoning our water big time. And this guy says, and I quote, fun. Let's just cancel EA for life. Gonna drop a like on this one. We got Cross, and this is the perfect example. Our expectations were already too low, but come on, man. Come on. We got clowns out here. We got everybody. You can see, and there is some good news regarding Modern Warfare. Basically, we're now hearing that this game was the most pre-ordered game at E3, or I mean after E3 and around E3 at GameStop. And to be honest, my inner Call of Duty fanboy is quite happy by this, but let's be real, man. Let's be real. We haven't seen gameplay and pretty much everyone is pre-ordering that. That just tells you that a lot of people are the casuals, and there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong. I'm not gonna tell you what to do with your money, but honestly though, pre-ordering a game without seeing a gameplay, I don't know, man. And also pre-ordering a game is also quite bad because that just deteriorates game's quality on launch. Number one, because once you pre-order the game, their expectations kind of start going through the roof, and they get to tell their investors that, yo, we got like 100,000 pre-orders, right? And those investors are like, okay, so you're gonna make money, and then they set targets and goals and stuff like that. And when their expectations aren't met monetarily, then the player base have to experience those droughts and they have to experience microtransactions and stuff like that. And there are many examples I can give you why pre-ordering a game is actually quite bad. Obviously, I'm gonna buy Modern Warfare. I know you are probably gonna buy Modern Warfare if you're a Call of Duty fan, and you should, but I personally say that just pre-order the game after watching gameplay. For real though, pre-ordering a game isn't even worth it. Like, you can pre-order the game like 3 days before and you're gonna get the same thing. Now, I do understand that if you want to pre-order the game at GameStop, you may get a nice poster, and for $5, that's pretty good, right? Because you can still cancel it and get your money back, but don't pre-order it digitally. That's kind of like my humble advice. Obviously, you don't have to take it. Collector editions are an exception because obviously if you don't pre-order that and you want a collector edition, the chances are it's gonna run out. So you always gotta, you know, just act fast whenever you need a collector edition. But in terms of pre-ordering a standard edition digitally, I say just stay away from that. Pre-order that 3 days before so you get to like pre-download and whatnot, because after all, at the end, we know we're talking Activision, EAs and stuff like that. These companies, man, I'm telling you, by pre-ordering they get to set high expectations, and when those expectations aren't met, we have to experience those microtransactions in the games, right? So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like and subscribe, check out some other videos on the screen, and I will see you in the next one.